Hello, Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for summer 2021. We're going to be reading the tarot and talking about the astrology for the periods lasting from now until September 6th of 2021. So that'll be when the new moon in Virgo occurs on Labor Day. Now, Scorpio, I actually had to take a moment to reflect on you for a minute. Well, for a few minutes. Seems like I'm going to say this right now, Scorpio, you've been overly frustrated with your home life, your family situation. It seems like you've been really trying to find people you're looking for people to parent you, or you have been looking for people to feel like a replacement for family trauma. And you're not really quite you're still not satisfied or content. You're finding that you're frustrated with some of the experiences you've had with communications. You've been wanting to have meaningful conversations, and I think you're heavily focused on the expectation that people that you're spending a lot of time with now that aren't in your private space are going to fill that void for you. And I think that the reality is you need to find a way to get out of your own way, Scorpio. I think that for July and August, you're definitely going to be pushed by your own willpower, by your frustrations. You're going to be pushing yourself to redefine how you're going about relationships, how much involvement you're giving into. And with Uranus and Taurus, your opposing sign, ultimately, I think that it's going to be really crucial for you to practice more detachment, more than ever, for the next several years. But Uranus is right almost at the middle point of Taurus, so there's an intensification needing to happen in terms of detachment, needing to not hold on so much. We're not practicing control. With Uranus, we're letting for liberty and freedom of a relationship dynamic to occur. And it's because it's happening for you because you're frustrated that what you're doing isn't making you satisfied. So what has been a block for you recently? Three of Swords reversed has been a block. So you've been making an effort. So there's lingering trauma. You feel like you're almost at the point where you're feeling like you're over it. Emotionally, I don't think that you're as dragged down by the trauma these days, and yet I think that it's still lingering somewhere subconsciously, this trauma that you're still you have moments where you think about it. And it's part of the problem that is still ongoing for you in terms of needing to give less of your power into relationships. What you do need to do, Scorpio, is, I would say, focus on your purpose. What do you want to do for a living, Scorpio? If you can focus on that, on your professional aspirations. You're finally going to be able to put this on the back burner for good. Scorpio, you need to focus on your long-term career. With the Mars-Venus conjunction with the moon happening in Leo, a fellow fixed sign for you in the 10th house for you. In July, you're going to feel a lot of newfound inspiration for your long-term goals. You've been wanting to focus on that, actually. What have you been making an effort of doing? What has been something that you've been trying to do? Knight of Wands, upright. You've been wanting to be inspired. You're starting to get into gear. You're getting... you're trying to regain personal power through your sense of purpose, and unfortunately, you're still running into... You're having a quite a struggle with yourself because this is still in the way. So although you're picking up some kind of speed, you gotta figure out a way to focus on your aspirations without having this be triggered again. Whatever it is that you want to create, it has to be separated from this stuff. And you've been wanting, you've actually been really frustrated because you've been wanting to expand your life, to open it up. But you're a little bit addicted to the pain. And you're doing it without even realizing it. What is your focus from now until September 6th? Nine of Pentacles. Wow. So we go from a Knight of Wands to reverse Nine of Pentacles. The focus is to not be so quick. To reevaluate whatever it is you've been doing for a living, whatever your career has, whatever you've been doing that has earned you income, you might need to change in a very radical way. And yet, see, the Nine of Pentacles is facing the Nine of Wands, which is facing the Three of Swords. Let me think. So whatever career you're wanting to, whatever career you need to be going after, it has to empower you. It has to make you feel like you've got this under control. You've got this thrown away. Because again, you're not allowing yourself to go after what you really are fueled by. You got to figure out a professional path that stirs up your sense of self-confidence. There's a lot, there is masculine here. There's two masculine cards of movement. But the Nine of Pentacles reversed, as our focus card, is saying that you have the extra time right now, Scorpio, to figure out your new long-term career or profession or whatever goals you have in mind. Take the extra time. Take some extra serious time to reflect on if you are really wanting to go after them, or if they're stemming from this traumatic place where you've done things out of sheer responsibility and the pressure of unfair situations. And with Lilith has been in Taurus too for the last year and is going to be going into Gemini soon. Lilith in Taurus has been inspiring you to rebel and to go after what you want rather than what you're feeling expected to do for a living. You're starting to seize back a lot of personal power, and you're starting to build better boundaries, Scorpio, in the next few months especially. However, if you do the opposite, if you start to throw away your self-respect and to be a slave to your pain, then the Page of Cups comes out as our card here. The danger of it's not reversed. It is not reversed. Why is the Page of Cups coming out like that? King of Cups reversed. And this, yeah. I was saying a slave of love, right? Is what I had in mind here. And the King of Cups confirms it. The King of Cups reversed is a slave of love, a slave to conditional love, right? Doing things for other people with the expectation that they're going to fill the void in your heart. That's the danger you run into. So, and there's, feelings of inferiority, insecurity that are going to be happening, right? That you're going to feel again if you decide that you're going to go after things because you think that that's what your loved ones are imposing on you. If it doesn't feel liberating, if it doesn't feel transformative, then you're going to deeply regret it. Now, now if you do happen to listen to the lesson of really slowing down, reevaluating your value, you're looking at your skills and talents and see where you truly want to navigate instead of doing it prematurely. I think that you're needing to there's a need to clear this, to turn the. I don't think you're ever going to forget it. Obviously, trauma is not something that we forget completely over our lives. That's not a realistic way to go about it. However, I think that you're needing to have one more pep talk, one final conversation about this. Are you going to keep focusing on this, or are you going to go? Are you finally going to start being active about what motivates you? Because that is going to help you carefully pick out your new focus, which is not going to be this. That's not a focus anymore, but it has been a block. I know that you're feeling frustrated, that it's in the way, but you now have to really decide what is going to be a priority, right? With Pluto, your ruler in Capricorn, if you prioritize the long-term goal, you will be amazed by how transformative your life will be in the next several years until Pluto transits into Aquarius, which, is going to be in 2026, I think. So I think for you, Scorpio, you need to, or you have to destroy in your mind what is an impediment and energize what really wakes you up on a spiritual level. So what is the gift that awaits you by the end of this lesson when we get to September 6th, 2021 on Labor Day? Labor Day, yeah, we're talking about work too and career, right? So I think that for you, Scorpio, you got to be a lot more intense and methodical and intentional in what you want to establish for yourself and not do things for other people. The Tower, Mars, your traditional ruler. The Tower is here to say that by the new moon in Virgo, there's going to be, most likely than not, you're going to drop your old career. You're going to have a massive change in your career, and you're getting out of an old comfort zone. Mars is here to shake it up, to rattle the old foundation. And you might suddenly lose if there are a few relationships that you've maintained for far too long that are feeling restricting, especially with people that are, this could even be family members. Honestly, I feel like you might even be in a situation where you're able to move out into your own space if you're not already. But around the new moon in Virgo, you're definitely going to be having a bit of a shakeup. So right now, July, August is going to be a period of intense focus for you in terms of where you want to go, what your new goals are, and what you're seriously being pulled to magnetically in terms of what drives your passion as a result of finally putting that in the archives. In your subconscious, you have the Hermit card reversed, card of Virgo. I think you know what that means. I think you know what this means. There's a hair in my mouth, yes. You might already have something in mind in terms of your new goals. Whatever you've been interested in building. The Hermit card in your subconscious is saying that you are aware that you're not ready to launch yourself in that endeavor because you might need some expertise. You might need to take some classes, or there's like a program you have to take up to become a professional. Or maybe there's some actual sorting to do, organizing. So yeah, the Hermit reversed is saying that you're aware that you're putting off disciplinary work that you have to do. If there are tasks that are having to do with this that you're putting off, it's because you've paid a lot of it. You've, again, wasted time on this. And now, with the Hermit card reversed, you are needing to focus. You know that you're not focused. You've been overly worried about your money as well. And that's definitely okay. You definitely, deserve to think about having better financial stability. However, you're spending a lot of time worrying and being mad. So, and again, there is a need for maturity. And you know that you're being a little immature internally. So it's time to grow up and to focus on where you really want to go and what your goals are. And to not let old triggers push your buttons and to make you look like you don't know what you're doing with yourself, right? Don't be completely immersed in where you want to go now in your material world. And I will leave it at that. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you for watching, and really focus in on where you're navigating now. Take it easy. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.